Okay, everybody, welcome back to Chapter 3 of Cyberpunk After Dark. My name is Bo. I'm the GM of this fiasco. With us tonight, we have Walter Peck playing Cuervo. We have Slip playing Switch. And we have the paranoid but very capable Marcus Blazik played by Cypher. And S.W. Duggar played by Tet. And last but not least, the cool, calm, collected Lolo, the Fixer, played by Rogue. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. Chapter 3, Introduction. Everybody have Cernscape open?
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
George Grease Marlin sat in his pink plush couch. He leaned forward, scooping a burnt brown mixture of something into a paper. Lick, roll, lick again. He leaned back, feeling tension leaving his body as he puffed and puffed again. Heavy, gray, sweet-smelling smoke swirled about his head. His head bobbed to lo-fi beats. "Now that's what I'm talking about," he said to himself. In the Purple Pleasure, Grease's posh conversion van, converted to the standard of Biz and the Fixer's hedonistic lifestyle, it was George's home away from home. George, that's an old name. Grease was his name on the streets now, and it was a name that would be writ large in neon one day. "I have no doubt," Grease said. He flipped some vid shades over his eyes and watched lithe, nude women dance as he smoked his blunt. His face became heavy. Then he heard something. His shades went up, but Grease couldn't see much. The Purple Pleasure's interior was filled with dense smoke. He heard it again. Was the fucking van door opening? Yes, it was. And then it slammed shut. "S.W. Duggar sends his regards," a raspy voice said. The smoke cleared enough for Grease to see a masked man with broad shoulders. He was dressed in executive black and held a pistol pointed right at Grease's face. "Hey, man!" Grease stammered. "What the fuck are you doing? We closed for biz. Now get your gonk ass out of here before my boys show up and hang your silly ass out to dry." "Oh, I'm afraid that won't be happening." The man's voice was electronically altered. It was mechanical, lacking emotion, lacking humanity. Grease looked as the man inched closer. So did the pistol. There was a flash, and Grease's life left him through a hole in the back of his head. "Shame," said the hitman. "This was a nice fan." He looked at the pink couch. It was now doubly so. The shag upholstery was littered with pieces of skull, brain, and scalp. Grease's blood volume was emptied as warm, red, thick liquid was pumped from his torn carotid and vertebral arteries. Then, just like all bleeding, it eventually stopped. The hitman reached into a satchel on his left hip. He produced a phosphorus-containing flare and looked around. It'll burn just fine, he thought. Then he dropped the device. The flames flickered to life immediately. The man slid the door open to the van and stepped out onto the street. He wasn't 20 minutes away when he felt the concussive wave of an explosion. The vehicle known as the Purple Pleasure was no more, as was the evidence, as was Grease. The Corpo assassin pulled out his secure agent. He said simply, "It's taken care of. No complications. You can cut the loop and bring back the security cameras. Meet you for a drink later. Ciao." And thus Grease met his end at the hands of a masked Militech operative sent there by, well, we know who sent him there. But now we find ourselves on a bus. Marcus Blazik is alone in his home away from home. He doesn't have a Purple Pleasure. He has a very public mode of transportation. As the camera pans across Night City, we see the neon lights, the sheen of the street, black, purple, and pink. And we go through the window of the van and we see Marcus Blazik nestled in between two fat females. Both of them with purple faces and too much eyeliner. One has blue hair, the other one has natural blonde hair. Both of them smell heavily of body odor and are watching some sort of brain dance, mindlessly entertaining themselves while Marcus, nestled between them, wedged between them, his elbows touching their pendulous breasts. He can't get comfortable. And for some reason, these cameras on the bus, I don't know. Marcus Blazik, tell me how this makes you feel.
He sits there at the back of the bus, making sure that there's nobody behind him. There seem to be people all around. They all seem to be busy, engrossed in their own world, but are they? What if they're here to see what Marcus is up to? He's not sure. Why are they here on this bus? Are they really going somewhere? Or are they part of this big political gestalt after him? The neon signs tonight look especially haunting. He's not sure if they're trying to send him a message. He peers at them between the pendulous breasts. He feels he has seen a silhouette of a woman sitting 3 rows ahead before. But this woman seems to have purple hair and green jacket with some odd insignia. A few days before it looked like a man, and the day before that looked like an old hunched over woman. But are they the same people? Different? Is he being followed? Do they know who he is? And he sits in that bus all day. Every so often he gets off at a major junction terminus, hops on another bus. They can't track it all, can they? Can they? He has spoofed a few mass transportation cards. He keeps switching between them. No way they can know. Can they? There's always someone searching for him. He knows that for sure. There's no way they would have let him go after what he saw. But what did he see? Was he sure what he saw? And what about what he did? There was no way that they would let him go for what he had uncovered about them. But who's them? He thought it was the corpos. He thought it was Arasaka. No, then he thought it was Militech. Maybe it's both of them. Maybe they are in cahoots. Maybe not. Day becomes afternoon, afternoon becomes evening. Now and then he hops off the bus, finds a coffin motel. He's able to hack into their system. And under a different name every night, he finds himself a coffin far away from all other coffins. He knows it's all empty. He doesn't even come through the main door. He comes through the side window over the roof. No security camera can catch him. But what if they anticipate that and that they know he's going to do this? Can he be sure? Nights are somewhat sleepless. He has this recurring dream. Kestrels in the air, flying low, and continuous loops over a land he cannot remember. But what are they doing there? No, he knows he has a mission, but he can't remember what. Must have been a few years ago. He feels younger. But is that because he's jacked in? And every night he wakes up from that dream with a sweaty brow and drenched sheets. The coffin room smells of sweat and fear, paranoia. If one could smell paranoia and fear. Why hasn't SW reached out? Is SW planning to kill Marcus as well? He did kill that other person very easily after he made alliances with them. Does SW know who Marcus is? Is SW been sent to find Marcus? And what about Lolo? I have to be more careful. That's what Baba always said. Who's Baba? Why can't I remember who Baba is? And that's all the stuff going through Marcus's head as he sits on that bus, day in and day out.
At one point, one of the ladies turns to Marcus and says, would you mind switching seats? I would like to sit next to my sister. We're sharing a brain dance together. It's called Two Girls, One Choom.
Marcus looks at them with disgust, but understanding at the same time. Yes. And he finds an empty seat across. He slides over and sits by the window. He's looking out at the neon signs again, trying to make out patterns that may or may not be there. Are they trying to subliminally convince him of something? What are they trying to convince him of? And as he has his head against the window of the bus, his warm breath kind of fogs over the window and he sees the words, "They know." He immediately pops up from the seat. Who knows? He reaches up and starts yanking the chain to pull the bus to a stop. He rushes out as soon as it stops, not sure which direction he's going. They know? What do they know? And Marcus soon disappears into the milieu of Night City, muttering to himself.
As you step out of the bus, as it stops, everybody is lurched forward. One of the sisters, that we'll call Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they are pressed into you, and you smell their musky body odor, and looking down, there's just wetness between their legs. And she says, "Watch where you're going, Joom." You're interrupting our good time, me and my sister. And as you step out onto the street, you just think to yourself, these people live in an illusion. They live in a dream. These disgusting cows, these meat bags. And you find yourself, though, in Beavertown. Looking upward, you see a towering building. Ah, this looks familiar to you. This is Duggar and Switch's building, not too far away. Well, where you go from there is up to you. Because right now, we have somewhere slightly seedier to go. The camera pans across town all the way to the other side of the tracks where things aren't so glamorous as in Beavertown. Not even as glamorous as Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the wet sisters. You find Lolo and we find Cuervo in their apartment or cargo container or wherever the hell they're living. And I'll let Rogue and Walter Peck roleplay what they've been getting up to in the last 9 days since the last in-character mission.
Go ahead, Rogue.
I think Lolo is probably trying to call up Grease at the moment and talk about a deal. He's been trying to, pick up a few items here and there and stuff like that, and settle his rent and all that past week. But he's been keeping it on the low since he got the funds anyway. And he's trying to spend the money smart. He's also been trying to find out how much the gang knows too, if they're still hunting him and Cuervo, and trying to get some information from Grease about it, I think. But I guess this is maybe several times that he's tried to call, and it's Grease isn't picking up. He keeps getting an answering machine, which is totally unlike Grease.
It picks up. The Grease's agent pick up. This is generic agent 53K49. The following account has been closed due to lack of payment. Account is 5 days past due. If you are a friend or family member of one, it's a totally different voice, George Marlin, aka Grease, please patch 2. We do welcome payment from friends or family. After all, we all fall on hard times in Night City, and a little charity goes a long way.
So he clicks the phone off without, bothering with it anymore. Looks over to Cuervo and says, Grease isn't picking up, Jumba.
Cuervo on a couch, kind of leaning back, his hands behind his head, his knee kind of bouncing up and down, only half listening to what Lolo was saying regarding Grease. What Lolo had learned after their first mission had been complete, Cuervo had decided to go on a little celebration as someone who was a nomad turned reclaimer turned paramilitary operative of Militech. He had never been able really to allowed, either by circumstance or chain of command, to let loose and enjoy the fruits of his labor. But after receiving payment of their successful op, Cuervo went on a little of a bender. He had been ready to let loose, and he knew exactly what kind of women at the Gentleman's Delight enjoyed letting loose, so to speak. The next 48 hours were somewhat of a blur. There were tops of heads that he vaguely remembers, large quantities of synthos being snorted off various members of things, and
Members?
snorting off members and hooters and yeah,
This is a
getting nice and crazy. He does remember at one point dutifully pumping away, and everybody knows after too much coke it starts to become a problem. And despite that he was pushing rope the best he could, he remembers sneezing. And then he looked down, seeing blood speckled on the woman's back, and being high as a kite, laughed. And she yelled out rusty pipes and didn't want him to stop. And that's when he knew he might have a problem. So shortly thereafter, he found himself, once sober, some therapy, knowing that he needed to get over this addiction before this downward spiral went too far and he was too gone. Over the next few days, he had started to detox and was not enjoying life. And it kind of snapped back to the present with Lolo talking about Greece. Ah, Jesus Christ, man, who cares about him? The fuck? This shit ain't working.
And as you say that, Lolo, your agent rings. It beeps.
Yeah, he looks over at Cuervo, and then he picks up the phone.
Hey there! Yeah. This is Snake Eyes. You wanted me to look into those two gangs? Yeah, Blood Nation and the Teutons? They went to ground, Lolo. I haven't heard shit. If they got something going against us, haven't dug up any dirt. But if they're smart, I don't have the reputation for being the sharpest crayon in the pack, Lo. I'm what my dad said before he left. My mom drank too much, smoked too much, did too much synth coke, and then dropped me on the head. But anyhow, you can send that payment to the typical account. I don't ask for much. You know what, Lolo, on the second hand, maybe just hook me up with a little bit of that stuff you've been dealing. Better than Eddie's, in my opinion.
Yeah, Chum, come by their usual place. On the corner.
Yeah, sure. And kind of you see a video of some guy on the agent. And it kind of looks like that Dave Chappelle crackhead guy. He's like a white version though. He's just itching his neck and kind of dirty. He's got smudges on his face. His hair's unkempt. One of your street rats, basically. But yeah, he hasn't turned up too much, unfortunately.
Yeah. So he says, but with not much information comes not much of the stuff. And he says, but still, show up, I give you something.
Okay, man. I mean, just a bump, just a little toot.
And then he hangs up. And then he looks over at Cuervo again and says, I think we're all cool, Chumba. Maybe we talk to Duga again. Do some business with this crazy man.
If crazy pays, then that's fine with me. But I'll tell you what, these little junkies you got running around, we need them to dig up where those Teutons are, because they owe you money. Ever tell you about how I got all those weirdos to talk in the Orinoco Basin back in my Militech days? Just telling those stories will make those motherfuckers talk, I tell you what.
Yeah. Yeah, we're setting up an enterprise now. We're gonna make some big money. Big eddies and get out of this. And he looks around the room. He says, I think that Greece might be out of the picture now. That makes the space for me.
If he falls, it's time for you to rise, my friend.
And you, of course, as well.
Oh, I'm not smooth like you, Lolo. I just provide the muscle. You point, I shoot.
And Lolo smiles at him. Heads off to the bathroom to clean up.
as he heads off into the bathroom, despite the darkness of the room, Cuervo puts his aviators on and he's like, it's too fucking bright in here. And his knee goes back to bouncing, wondering how effective this therapy will be once the week is through, hoping for the best, knowing that despite the temporary enjoyment that he was in a rough spot rather quickly, just showing how Night City can swallow someone up and spit them out without a moment's hesitation.
And as you're in the, you doing number 1 or number 2 there in the bathroom, Lolo?
I don't think he's actually going to the bathroom at all. He's getting like one little cut of some synth coke ready to give this
snake eyes
guy. Yeah, that's a snake eyes. And
so you're in there. Yeah, you're looking at the mirror. You're cutting up a little line there on the sink, and your agent rings again here.
Yeah, he picks up. This is Lolo.
Hey, what up, Choom? And you see a familiar face pop up on your agent. Big, obese, African-American male. He's bald-headed. He has 2 large gold loop earrings in both of his ears, so heavy that it's like weighing his earlobes down. He also has a nose piercing that looks like a bull and a face tattoo on the left side of his face. Did I cut you out a bad time there, Lolo? It's your mate. Yeah. Mudge.
Mudge, out of character is...
Yeah, we'll say that he's a fixer, but like, very well known on the streets. Actually, give me another streetwise check.
Okay.
Ah, fumble. Yeah, you did some jobs with Mudge as a young fixer. I would say probably 10 years or so ago, when you were both kind of street rats, kind of making your way up through the ranks. You've lost touch with him.
So I have no idea where he's at.
Yeah, you have no idea where he's at, but you know a little bit about his reputation. All you know is that he's very reclusive, and that he did a little bit of he dabbled in the netrunner stuff when you were young. Maybe when you used to run with him when before he turned into a fixer, he did some of that stuff. And so he has a reputation of relying on tech a little too much. Tech for security, tech for making his business transactions. His motto, as far as you know, as Mudge, is that you can trust the machine, but you can't trust the tomb. These gonks will rip you off any chance they get. But he kind of goes on and says to you, "Hey, listen, what you have planned for tonight, Lolo? You know I give all my old friends notice when I got a midnight market coming to town. And tonight's tonight, my friend."
Well, I got big plans, big business transactions, but I could make some time maybe and show up.
Yeah. Well, you know how these things are. Very ethereal. They're 1 minute, gone the next. I'm going to send the address to your agent. You got a couple hours we're going to be live. At least before NCPD shows up and ruins our fun. Word on the street is that Timmy Schlong's gonna host a few fights as well. Show up, buy some weapons, some food, good food. Buy a used pair of panties, and maybe bet on some fights, Choom, eh?
Yeah. I see what I do for an old friend. Maybe I stop by.
Yeah. I'd like to say I'd see you later, Lolo. But I'll see you through the cameras of my drones and whatnot. I prefer to stay anonymous and just collect the eddies from afar. But the deals displace in the fighting. The fun. That's no illusion, my friend.
Well, all right then. I'll wave to one of your cameras for you.
All right, Lolo. Oh, you gonna bring that old boy Cuervo along?
Of course.
How's he holding up these days? Word on the street is that he's got a bit of a problem.
Oh no. He's just fine.
Uh-huh. Good to know, Choom. Hey, stay pretty, my friend. Beep. Hangs up.
And Lolo thinks about this call, like he worries about it for a little bit, ever since the whole Duger thing, and with the gang and everything, and getting the bad BDs. He's becoming a little more paranoid, I think, and so he looks over towards Cuervo and it thinks about how easygoing Cuervo is, and kind of respects him for that, and then goes back to the mirror and changes the shade of his eyes and his hair before going back to the synth coke.
As Lolo's prepping the hit for the junkie coming through from the other room, Cuervo's kind of flipping through a crappy magazine, perhaps, and he just randomly yells, "Have you ever heard of the term whiskey dick?"
Yeah, I have. Are you having some problems, Chumba?
My God, when you even snorted as much as I had in such a short period of time, yeah, there's some problems.
Oh man, it might be time to get one of those implants.
No, I just need to be sober a little while longer. We'll be back to right as rain. You watch.
That scene's gonna fade then, and we'll move back across into the glittering, pristine, neon, polished, buttoned up, suit and tie side of town. Side of town known as Beaver Town, where Switch and Duger are in old Duger's apartment. And I'll let you guys get us caught up on what's been going on with Miss Switch and Mr. Duger.
Well, first, Switch, probably at S-Dub's suggestion, has been spending time at a facility where they're kind of recalibrating her device and giving her some therapy, and we have to roll to see if it worked. The DV is 15, and that's whatever you think the stats of a professional over there would have.
Pro? Let's do this. There you go. We good.
Okay, cool. So she gets 2d6.
His name is Dr. Phillips.
All right. I get to put that back on my sheet, although, there's a limit to what you can get back with cyberware. But that's well within that range. So yeah, are we at home then? So Switch has been in a really good mood for the past few days, almost like manic. And she's been going out quite a lot in the evening, coming back wearing wigs and chuckling to herself. And now I guess they're maybe sitting down and having dinner and,
Well, I had an idea. So, Switch comes in from her latest escapade, maybe, and Duggar is kind of sitting at his desk with a cigar in his between his lips, and he looks at, Sydney dear, are you feeling well today? I'm quite proud of the progress you've made with Dr. Phillips.
fan-fucking-tastic, she says, and she's just got a wide, almost manic grin on her face. That man knows what he's doing.
Good. Are you feeling okay? You seem to be quite happy.
Mm-hmm. Well, the doc, he said getting a hobby might help. So, been doing some extracurricular activities. Keep my, mind on other things.
Anything I should be concerned about? These extracurricular activities? Nothing dangerous, I hope.
And she just kind of covers her mouth with one hand and giggles. I don't think so, but next time you see Marcus, well, we'll just see. I've been running into him quite a bit, although he may not know that.
Raises an eyebrow and, very well. Either way, I have something for you, my dear.
Really?
Yes, I thought it would be nice, since we are flush with cash. And he stands up and kind of walks around the desk and moves over to kind of like this, not necessarily a walk-in closet type of thing. And he hits a button and it opens, and there's this very sheer black dress. And he's like, I thought we could have some time out. I have reservations.
She looks at the dress, kind of holds it up by the straps, and then holds it against herself with kind of a quizzical look on her face. Do you think this is gonna fit? It looks kind of small. I don't know if I don't really wear stuff like this normally.
I think it's supposed to be fairly tight.
Well,
You'll fit
okay.
right in, my dear.
You say so. Are we gonna? Is this tonight?
Yes, we're going to the Paris. And
Okay, well-
it's some big shot restaurant.
Yeah, give me a minute, then. And she goes into her bedroom, starts to clean up, looks through her collection of combat boots for what she thinks might go best with the dress.
That's hilarious.
Eventually comes out wearing this expensive, very tight, revealing dress that makes her feel somewhat exposed. She definitely has a self-conscious look on her face.
Yeah, Duggar's already changed. He's wearing, a suit with a tie, that sparkles red and then glows blue and that sort of thing. Oh, I do not like it.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, does it look all right?
Oh, my dear, you look fantastic.
Well, she brightens at that and says, well, if you say so, then it must be true.
He looks down her body from head to toe and notices her combat boots. Oh, I got you some flats over there as well. I figured high heels probably wouldn't be a good idea. He kind of waves by the door, and there's some matching shoes.
Oh. Now she looks like a little embarrassed, like social faux pas again. And she unlaces her boots and puts on the flats and then kind of just does a twirl. Okay. Good to go?
Indeed. Well, let me call the driver, and he switches on his agent and just sends like a message to him to pick them up.
After you hang up the phone and send that message, your agent starts to ring, Duger.
Can I see who's calling?
Somebody named Mudge. And there's like a profile picture there with this big dude with a big gold hoop earrings.
He rolls his
Although in the
eyes.
profile picture, he's like smoking a big blunt and like a smoke ring is around his head like a halo, and it's animated. It's shooting out like rays of light over his head, like his God's gift fixers.
Yeah. Duggar is irritated. He's like, oh, "One moment, my dear." And he answers, "Yes, how can I help you?" He doesn't even put him on hold. He's kind of eager to get going.
It's back at you. It's a pre-recorded message. Hey, Tombs. This is Mudge. Gritty. Listen, you on the short list of the pre-motherfuckers that want to get first shot at all the new crumb coming to town. Listen, I know that things have been in short supply, and we ain't talking about kibble at Mudge's midnight market. One night only, tonight. Please find the address attached. I'm gonna see you there, Choom. And no fighting allowed, except for the fights that Timmy Schlong organizes. And did I say there's going to be wagering? Did I say there's going to be betting?
He hangs
Did I say
up.
there's going to be
He hangs
hot
up
dogs,
eventually.
corn dogs, elephant ears,
Corn dogs.
slushies?
He says,
You hang up.
yeah, he downloads the address. He's like, and he looks at Switch and kind of thinks. He's like, well, you know, perhaps we could. I can change the reservation for a little later. I got something that I think you would like, and I know this must be a little uncomfortable since, you know, we don't go to these places very often, and I want you to feel good. I want you to feel comfortable. So there's a midnight market, Mudge's Midnight Market, I think it is called. Perhaps we could swing by there first.
A midnight market?
Yes. Maybe you could pick up something you like.
Night vision scope.
A night vision scope it is.
And now she's like practically giddy, kind of jumping up and down. She doesn't think about changing. She just like grabs her leather biker jacket and slings it on over this dress and says, "Is the driver here?"
Yes, he's waiting outside. Grab a sidearm at least, my dear, just in case.
Oh, and she just kind of, you know, this is one of those dresses that has a high slit, and she just kind of pulls it up, and she's got, you know, a couple of handguns strapped
Yeah,
underneath.
Yeah, he looks very, for a little longer than he probably should, and says, "Ah, yes, of course, always ready, always prepared. That's my Sydney. Come on then, let's get going, so we'll have a good meal afterwards, huh?"
Sounds like a perfect night. Hey, can this be my birthday?
Sure.
What day is it?
What is it, March, is it March 7th? Is that what day it is? Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
it's February 1st. It's the first of the month, February. I just
Okay,
paid for our
February
trauma
1st, that's
team.
my birthday.
Yes. Very well. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I did pay for trauma team this month, so if we get in any trouble, we'll just call them in. I put you as a authorized user on my account.
Really? Aw. Okay.
You're my emergency contact. What can I say? And he will walk towards the door and open it for her. After you, my dear.
Yep, she walks out of the apartment onto the, whatever landing, and it's raining and stuff out. Is the Sirenscape, what's going on out there?
Oh, it's Cyberpunk, so it's raining. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, she looks for their driver. And
What's Marcus doing down the street below?
Yeah, let's say, as you guys come out, you didn't expect Marcus to be there. Marcus himself doesn't expect to see you, and you see him like just aimlessly walking about, like looking up at the sky under his hood furtively and sporadically, erratically, and then he kind of seems to be walking also erratically, constantly looking over his shoulder, as if someone or something is following him. And as you guys are descending from the, down the stairs of your apartment complex, Marcus just comes and bumps into Switch.
Yeah. She looks up surprised, and then a wide smile crosses her face, and she actually reaches out and she gives him this giant hug, then lifts him off the ground a little bit.
And he's kind of he's like and then he realizes who it is, and then he kind of looks up and he looks at you and he looks at SW, and he kind of looks back while he's still being lifted in the air.
Are you coming to my birthday party?
It's your birthday today? And he kind of looks at SW. Did you guys... How did you know I was going to be... Wait, what? And he's now super confused.
What are you doing here, Marcus? We're about to go to dinner.
I saw a message on the bus. Someone knows.
I don't
Switch
have
just-
time for this, Marcus.
Just giggling. Come on. We're going to a midnight market.
Yes, and then she and I are going to dinner. If you would like to come to the midnight market with us, then you can. And you can find your own way to wherever you are staying.
But I've not had dinner.
They have corn dogs. I heard it. I could hear it on his phone.
That's true. You can have a
Corn
corn dog at the midnight market.
They're made from pig parts.
No, I don't need to know what they're
think.
made from. Do not start with how corn dogs are made. I have made peace with that. And you can see he's very pained when he says that.
Well, she basically just grabs his arm and starts dragging him toward the car.
Yes, you do not want to know what they put into a corn dog. I found out. I should not have found out.
Is it pig parts?
No, don't think about it. Just enjoy it.
Okay.
Corn and
We're not
dogs.
going to be eating corn dogs tonight, Marcus.
She looks a little
We're going to the
disappointed.
Paris.
She still looks a little disappointed. Yeah, the Paris. It's fancy. And she says, "You like my dress?"
Wait, yes. That's... And Marcus is just staring at her. And he looks at SW, and SW is giving him a look, and he looks back at her. Nice dress, and he kind of jumps into the front seat.
Yeah, SW gets in. He opens the door for her, though, to let her in first.
she starts to get in, and like the tightness of the skirt, despite the slits on the side, is like, irritating as she's getting in there, and she kind of just rips it up a little higher on each side first, and then nods, and then gets in.
Yeah, SW doesn't say anything. He just kind of goes over to the other side of the car and slides in. A weird
Marcus
little
does his
change
best.
of plans. Go ahead. Sorry.
Marcus does his best not to look into the rearview mirror as she gets in. He's like, no, and he kind of keeps shaking his head.
Yeah, SW says to the driver, we're going to make a little detour. I've already changed my reservation. It's an hour later now. We're going to this address, and he passes the address over to the Midnight Market to the guy.
I'm sorry to tell you this, boss, but there ain't nothing there. This is just a back alleyway. There ain't nothing there.
Can you just
I mean,
go
if you
there,
want
please?
first class dining, I mean, Paris.
I know where the
okay.
Paris is. We're going there after.
Oh, Gabriel, would you like me to, keep the car about? I mean,
Yes.
it's kind of a shady neighborhood.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Switch is with me.
Oh, of course you're not. Hey, how you doing, Switch?
She waves at him, and she points to her dress, like, and makes this, it looks good, right? kind of expression to him in the mirror.
Yeah, it looks good. Mr. Duga, can I speak frankly?
No, please go.
Sorry, Switch. I don't think you were going to like my compliment anyway. And Marcus and Duger and Switch pull off in that very cool car into Night City with the rain pitter-pattering down on the hood of the car, streaming down the window panes of the car. Marcus Blazik, roleplay for me what it looks like as this car pulls away, unless your Wi-Fi goes out.
As my what goes out? Wi-Fi goes out.
He wasn't there for that joke. Good.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. But as the
Describe
car
it.
pulls away, car pulls away,
Describe it, motherfucker. What do? You describe it.
But definitely as the car pulls away, Marcus is kind of looking out of the window because he's trying not to look into the rearview mirror, and he's just does not want to think about what, like, he's trying to remove the visage of Switch in that dress out of his mind, and he kind of looks out of the window and he sees a pair of eyes staring back at him. He thinks so. He's not sure from the shadows. And he's about to turn to SW and say that, did you see that, when, the car just zips past and it's too late.
All right. Time for the housekeeping. It's the first of the month. Okay, we gotta charge you guys some money.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody already? I think we talked about it out of character on Discord, but I have all your charges. I think ready to go.
Mine should be
living arrangements, medical, lifestyle, etc. Let's do SW first.
Mine should be 1,100, I believe.
All right. You want me to remove it from you automatically here?
Sure, go ahead. I gave myself 300 in between sessions for side hustle.
Right. So as part of this, if you guys want to role play and roll for a side hustle to give yourself a little extra cash, you can do that. So Duger, what was your side hustle you did?
It was what did I roll? It was just like a job well done or
300.
something. Yeah, it was. He set up a meet between Militech, basically. Actually, no. So they Militech contacted him about returning the gear, and then he did such a good job that they gave him a 300 EB bonus for getting all the Militech gear and plans back. So in the back of his mind, he's laughing as he triple dips now on the on that mission.
All right, Switch, you're next.
I don't think Switch actually did anything to earn money. I think she spent her downtime with therapy and with her new hobby.
Okay. I have your total month for January 2040 as 350 EBs. Does that sound right?
Yeah, because SW is going to be paying for, most things, but there's always going to be expenses.
So I had you lightly wounded, that's 50. Generic pre-pack, that's 300, so 350 total.
Okay.
So I'll use my Cash App to debit you 350.
Okay.
Which leads you at, man, you guys are getting loaded. 2650 you're left with.
Yeah.
All right, Blaze, I have your total monthly bill at 600. I have your Cube Hotel for 500 EB and Kibble for 100, so 600 total. Does it sound right?
Yep. Can you hear me? Yeah, sounds right. How do I roll for side hustle?
It's a 1d6. There's a table somewhere. Let me see.
So look in the so hustle.
Yeah, it's on page 382.
Yeah. Use the in-game compendium, which is nice.
Okay.
So Netrunner hustle. Roll me a d6 cipher, and I'll tell you what you get.
That's a good one. No, it's
cracked a small system and sold the data. 100 EB.
Nice.
So what did you do?
Yeah. So between all these bus journeys and trying to hack into these hotels, Marcus also spends a lot of time on various forums that talk about the conspiracies that the local government, Night City government, and the various corps are involved in. And there are a few resistance fighters, as Marcus calls them, who are trying to reveal the atrocities and the shady dealings. And one of these resistance fighters reaches out to him where they want him to build a sort of a snooper to detect access points without kind of
Hello. Hello.
Miles Mulder, but also at the same time
just that nutty guy down the street.
Yep.
All right. Well, you made
Mulder, but...
you made 100, which is not too bad. So your bill's going to be 600. So I'm going to do that.
Wait, so bill is 500, right?
6. Oh yeah. Yep. Well, 500 after. But I already credited your account. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go. Next is Lolo. I have your bill at $1,550. You get 2-bedroom apartment split between you and Cuervo. That's $1,250 on your part, and generic pre-pack at $300, so $1,550. Sound about right?
That sounds right.
Does Rogue want to do does Lolo want to do a hustle in that week?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! So your hustle's going to be. Let's see here. What are you? You're a fixer hustle. Just roll me a d6, young man.
It's a good one.
All right, let's see. Media, lawman, exec, fixer hustle. What'd you get?
6.
6. Ooh, that's good. Brought in a rare, illegal, or very hard to get item for a client. So you get 300.
Fucking voodoo magic.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to credit you for 300. Tell me what happened. This is winter phase for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, maybe he brought in a nice some nice tech or something. Some illegal black market shit that he brought in, and maybe that's why this new Connect is reaching out to him, or even found out about him. You know, what's that?
Yeah,
guy's
maybe
name?
Mudge heard like his childhood friend, made a
Yeah.
big deal. And so it's like, yeah, let's give this guy another shot. He's a small fry, but I'm going to invite him to the midnight market.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think that'd
good.
be a good link up.
All right. Well, now I credited your account. Now I'm going to... the GM giveth and the GM taketh away. So $15.50 is your bill for the month. And you have been credited and debited. Cuervo, you're next. Yours is $1,600.
It
have
should
two-
be 1550, isn't it? Or
Oh, you're lightly wounded, so you get 50 EB for
oh,
that.
gotcha. So it'll be the 1600, and then another 1,000 for therapy to kick the habit.
So 2,600. Do you want to do a solo hustle? I'm guessing you do.
I cannot because I have to dedicate the whole week to therapy.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Ah, man. All right, fine.
You're lucky I'm so generous with all these credits you guys are spending. You're spending more than I am.
Here's what I still want you to roll, but I want you to tell you how you fucked it up because of your addiction, and that spurred you on to therapy. So roll a d6. So roll a d6.
All right, the higher the
Motherfucker.
d6, the worse I fuck it up.
Good idea.
Yes! Yes!
What'd you get? 6.
So of course I did.
All right. Designed and delivered. Let's see. That's MedTech.
Solo.
Let's look at the solo.
Basic
Let
Enforcer.
me find the solo one. Yeah, Basic Enforcer, Hitman, work for a local corp.
So the job Cuervo had, it was simple enough. Knock off some low-level dealer that was dealing bad drugs, and basically dead users or people who don't come and use again. So a higher up had hired him through Lolo to take him out. The only problem is he didn't know Cuervo was a user himself, and while he had slowly stalked his prey, he had seen the signs of other users. And while the perfect opportunity to strike was at hand, Cuervo was in the back in a nasty-ass Scottish-esque bathroom, freaking snorting blow off the toilet dispenser with some skis. Reminiscent of the two women on the bus with
Oh no,
Laser.
those are awful.
Maybe it was he was with Tweedledee.
you can just hear from the toilet stall. He's like, "Oh damn, that is some wet ass shit right there."
You have that moment where like you get a little sober for a minute and like, what have I done? What am I doing in my life? I think
Oh
we
man,
discussed
which
this,
also
in voice chat like 3 or 4 nights ago when they start to sober up a little bit towards the end of the night. What have I done? What
it
have I
also
done?
makes sense that he remember that dude, what was his name, Mudge?
Yeah, Mudge.
Mudge, that we remember Mudge brought up the fact that he was the rumor was that he was on that sniff,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's where it came from. He's like, motherfucker.
Cuervo comes back to the apartment. Lolo's like, bro, what happened? He's like, oh man. And he's just like this walk of shame and this like look of dread. He's like, oh man, do you have any antibiotics in that freaking medicine cabinet in that bathroom in there? Because, oh man, I'm not saying my dick's on fire, but it sure does feel like it.
Hey, roll me a haggle. Roll me a roll ability there, Logo, and see if you can come up with some antibiotics, because otherwise I'm going to give possibly.
He has syphilis in 2 games.
Yeah, exactly.
God, your hatred of my penis.
I'm gonna give Cuervo STDs in 2 games.
Oh no! Here we go.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Antibiotics.
Yeah. He has some penicillin.
Yeah, he wakes up on the bed next morning, head pounding, just chugging antibiotics in shame and just like
these are suppositories.
It's like Jesus from the bowling movie where he's just rubbing the ball with the towel at warp speed, just like must get clean, can't get clean.
In the shower crying.
Yeah, it's like the crying game. He's just like, oh, why? And then that day he walks and goes checks into therapy.
All right. Anything else? Otherwise, we'll move to the night market.
I think that's good.
Yeah. All right. Just a 5-minute break. I gotta take a leak, and then we'll resume.
All right.
Let me change the music. Well, listen to a Big Kahuna Burgle commercial in the meantime. Do you love cheese? Do you love real cheese? Well, I gotta go pee. I'll be back. Big Kahuna Burger on the corner of Parsons and Pacifica Avenue. All new burger joint will knock your socks off. We have burgers. We have beef. We have burgers deep fried and beef. Come on by. Throw some eddies our way. We'll make sure you feel like a big kahuna.
Big Kahuna.
All right, let me know when everybody's back.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Girls don't have to pee.
Oh, yeah.
Way more than...
We just get really fast at it.
Super fast. Yeah. You guys are fast at that stuff. I go like today, Cooper's like, hey Dad, can you come out, throw the ball with me? I'm like, yeah, I'll be out. Let me go poop real quick first. Christy goes, yeah, your dad will be out in a half hour. That's right. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, check the Twitter feed.
Gotta look at some Livy Dunn.
Right.
Wow, that poop.
What?
You're gonna end up like Epstein. You're gonna have an egg-shaped penis from all your chronic masturbating to Livy Dunn TikTok.
Wasn't that like a testimony? Egg-shaped penis?
It's been like multiple women have said that.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture it.
Egg-shaped.
I'm still trying to picture it, even though I don't want to.
Uh-huh.
I don't...
So, apparently Jeff Epstein had one. Okay.
Let's see. Who are we waiting for? Rogue, Zypher?
Hey, real quick,
I'm here.
what's it cost to repair armor? We didn't cover that.
So the repair armor is however much the tech wants to charge you. And in most instances for a light armor jack, it's probably more cost effective just to buy a new one. I think I did pin the message. Let's see here. Did I pin the message?
I looked at pins, I didn't see it, and I kind of was glancing through the book, but that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it was somewhere
Item
earlier today. I looked at.
repair, so...
I remember looking at Reddit about this exact topic, and that's what they said.
There's a sidebar for item repair, but it's not real helpful.
No.
Just the time it takes in the DVs.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the time. But yeah, maybe you can meet a tech. You get stuff repaired in the market. If you get a fixer, they can haggle. You back, Rogue?
No, a fixer.
Rogue has an old man prostate.
I'm going!
Or his wife said she had 5 minutes free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 5 minutes free.
There we go.
There he is. That was quick.
It?
That was quick for Rogue.
Sorry, my little one wasn't sleeping.
How old's your youngest one?
He's 7.
Yeah, him and Hartley are about the same age, I think, aren't they? Yeah, they're both 7.
Yeah.
Fun age.
Yeah, I just caught him on his phone.
Oh yeah, I took Cooper's away today too. He's supposed to be vacuuming, and I was walking down the steps, and I caught him like around one of the corners of the house, the vacuum running, and he's like on his phone.
It's a good move.
How can our
You're like-
conversation be so awful and so wholesome? And that's,
You gotta be
you
like,
know,
son, you need to learn to go into the toilet for 20 minutes and scroll through his things.
Exactly. That's like like nobody's gonna barge in there on you, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a protected time. Nobody's gonna say anything either. Nobody wants to go in there. All right. I don't like this music. I like the sound effects, but I don't like the music, so I'll change the music. Let's see here. I think that Mudge likes reggae too, so we'll do reggae. Night market. There you go.
I like this map. Where'd you get the map?
Today I subscribed for $1 to Frag Maps on Patreon.
Nice.
They do all modern and it's pretty good because it's all modern and cyberpunk,
Yeah.
and it's only $1 per map they publish per month, and on average they only publish 2 maps a month, and you get their
I've
whole
seen
back
Frank
catalog.
maps,
You get their whole back catalog if you do it, so it's like no brainer.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like less than a beer. You get all their stuff every month, which is nice. And then all the tokens and stuff is from the art pack that the Cyberpunk comes with Roll20, which
Oh,
is
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's the only reason I can run this game because I have 0 time these days to prep. So all right.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to my stuff. We're going to start some music here. Let's do reggae. All right, as this scene opens after our little hiatus, we're going to start down here. Cuervo and Lolo walking into the night market. What you see here in front of you on the map is what you see in character as well. It's a hastily erected intersection with RVs and stalls set up, made to erect and take down at a moment's notice if the wrong type of people start to show up. And you see hundreds and hundreds of people at all the stalls. You see them dealing with weapons. You see them dealing with illicit substances. There is a reggae band somewhere here in the square. You see corn dogs. You see elephant ears. And you see all those things that Mudge mentioned, which makes the midnight market oh so much fun to take part in. But what's more, you see kind of in the middle here, there's like a hastily erected like boxing ring that a fight is going to be taking place in. And you hear somebody over the loudspeaker, Timmy Schlong's fights to take place in 20 minutes. Place your wagers. And I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. My timer has been set for 20 minutes, and I'm going to roll a d6 to figure out what the odds are.
Who has the
A 6.
information about Timmy Schlong's fights? Do we know about
Nobody,
that?
because you guys give it to Grease.
Oh.
So I roll a 6, which is... I did this during baseball today, and let's see, 6 means... Oh, we'll see. We'll see what the odds are. The odds are kind of very fluid. If you kind of look, there's a board here on this RV camper that has the odds of the fight 2-1, 3-1, even. And right now it's just very mobile. I'll let you guys take it away, starting with Cuervo and Lolo. 2 6s in a row. Okay.
Cuervo walks in,
So I'm gonna have to make this person called Dweeble.
Dweeble.
Dweevil the Weevil.
Dweeble the Snitch. All right, go. Go, Cuervo and Lolo.
Cuervo walks in, like a multi-pocket military black jacket and some urban camo pants with his combat boots, aviator glasses off now that it's nighttime, tucked into the top of his shirt. He's kind of walking around, taking in the sights, looking at the various people and things going on, the upcoming fights. Kind of takes an interest in that and keeps his mind off of some of the users in the area. Lolo, you think you're going to make some money tonight betting on fights? Or you got something else in mind?
I think you're muted there, Rogue.
You're muted. Yeah.
Man, what I said was so cool. You guys missed it. Lolo's walking in, and I think he's setting up his agent. Since he doesn't have all the cyberware that most most fixers get implanted, he does a lot of it through tech. So he's setting up his agent with his audio recorder and stuff to kind of record his conversations and everything, people automatically when he starts to talk to them, and then he's putting on his mirror shades that he loves. He kind of pulls them down low right after he finishes setting that up. He looks over to Cuervo to answer his question. He says, to him, I think right now we're just making an appearance, making some new connects, see where it takes us for tonight. So we flow through, make sure the camera pick us up, and we'll see what happens, You got some money you want to bet?
I don't know. It's tough, and he kind of points up to the fight bill. It's tough not to want to bet on Pound Town. Did you know that's what our barracks was called back at Militech Base? All those base skanks. Whew. Man, poor ladies. I don't know if I'd call them ladies, but you know what I mean. But you know what you can do for me? Find tech that can fix this jacket up a little. Got a couple forget-me-nots from that little gunfight.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Maybe we throw some eddies on this Pound Town too.
Oh, my friend, I only gamble with my life. I don't have that much money right now.
It's okay. I got you covered. And he starts to look around, look for any drones that might be flying around.
Yeah, they're all around, just buzzing around.
Yeah,
these little mini air drones.
He'll he'll give the nod to one, pulls his mirror shades down and nods to one, hoping that his friend sees him, and he'll start making his way through the crowd.
Yeah, Lolo, your agent rings.
Yeah, he'll tap it and turn it on. He's like, "It's Lolo."
Hey, I see you, Troob. This is Mudge.
He says, "What's up, my brother?"
Oh, you're on the up and up. Word is, you're setting your house straight. That dog you got, Cuervo? He says he's getting clean? Lolo, I hope he's not getting high on your supply.
No. He's getting all right. He made a few stumbles here and there, but he's a good guy.
Okay, chum. Listen, you make yourself at home. Have some fun tonight. Eat an elephant ear, or much less a corn dog. Although I hear the dogs are made with dogs. Hey, maybe you on the up and up. You make a few 100,000. Maybe we meet, huh? I just kid.
Yeah. Keep me in mind if you need somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, listen. I have fights to watch. I have other things to watch, and I have biz to attend to. Have fun, Lolo. Peace.
See you later, Chum. And as he clicks that off, he'll start to make his way, look for somewhere to fix Cuervo's jacket.
And the camera pans across the crowd, a little bit to the north here, where Switch and Marcus and Duggar are walking into the midnight market. To the left, they see a large restaurant named Sushi Dragon, which is, of course, packed because sushi is delicious. But otherwise, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, Duggar, as he walks in, he's kind of behind Marcus and Switch, and he's happy that she's wearing a dress, hoping that she won't get ogled so much as she would normally. Realizing that she might be a little oblivious to this fact, he says, Sydney dear, let's find your scope and get going, huh?
Well, yeah, I want to find it. And I don't want to make us late, but I want to at least do a walk around.
Very well. Just doesn't say anything, even though he kind of grumbles under his breath and looks to Marcus and says, "What were you doing outside my apartment, Marcus? Weren't you trying to hack old SW, were you?"
Hack you, boss man? No. I was on the bus. And I saw a message. I saw a hidden message on the bus, and I had to get away. It said they didn't. Somebody was watching, or somebody knew. They always know.
Well, let me tell you just one thing, Marcus. I always know. So, please, stay on my good side. I like you.
Yes, I like you too as well. Yes.
He looks at Marcus. He's like, "What do you think of Switch's dress?" He kind of looks at him sidelong to see what he's gonna say.
Yes.
Switch
And he
is
kind of looks
actually
down
already
at the...
long.
Yeah.
While you guys.
Yeah.
He looks down, he looks up at the sky, and then looks to the side and looks away from Marcus. Yes, it's a good dress. Leaves little to the imagination.
No.
It's what's called sophisticated, Marcus. It's a sophisticated dress. So, practice after me. Switch, you look very sophisticated.
Switch, you look very sophisticated.
Wonderful. Make sure you tell her that. And then say, SW is so very kind, isn't he? A nice man. Or something like that.
Then say, SW is so very kind. Isn't he a nice man?
Good. He slaps you on the back and looks up and realizes Switch is gone and just grumbles, "Where did she get off to?"
As you walk away, you can hear Marcus under his breath. Switch, you look very sophisticated. Switch, you look very sophisticated.
The Switch is trying to get past this guy and just step into the area to get a better look around, maybe get a glance at the fight. And she turns around and looks at him and says, "You got somebody that needs..." She pounds her fist into her hand. Maybe not what he expected.
Hey, man, no. Hey, listen.
Gollum.
You ever heard of Timmy Slong? I got a main light on the fight tonight, Blondie. I like your dress, by the way. Why don't you come over here and, I'll tell you a secret.
And he kind of walks around the other side of his kiosk, like beckoning for Switch to come over.
She shrugs
Switch,
and just does.
Yeah.
I mean, she has no fear of some dude.
Your perception, though, roll. You do see Cuervo and Lolo
That's
hanging out.
kind of what I did.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
and she starts to walk around, and then she's, "Oh, just a sec. I see somebody I know." And she kind of dashes over and stands here and says, "Lolo!" And guy. Yeah.
Like Cuervo has a mouthful of corn dog and like turns around to say something before realizing who it is, and he's like, "Grr." Like hurries to swallow the corn dog. He goes, "It's Cuervo."
I won't charge you extra for pre-pack since you got a corn dog.
Well,
A
that's
corn
what
dog seems like pre-pack to me.
She says, "No, it's called a corn dog, isn't it?" "Oh, your name. Yeah. Cuervo, I knew that. Anyway, thanks for coming to my birthday party."
What the fuck are you talking about?
"It's my birthday. This is my party." And she just kind of twirls around.
What? And he kind of like looks as she twirls around. What are you? And he like is trying to find his words. Dressed like that for?
Does it not? She suddenly looks very self-conscious and not nearly as happy. Does it look stupid?
Lala's like, "Happy birthday," and he's like all really big smiles and puts his hands out. And he says, "You look beautiful in this dress."
But not stupid. And she kind of just gives a sidelong glance at Cuervo.
Stupid's not the word I would use, and then immediately takes another large bite of corn dog.
She
From
says,
the side or head on?
He cuts the end off with a knife, knowing that you never eat a banana in front of other men.
Switch kind of leans in to the corn dog smell, and she tries to grab it out of his hand.
Like sticks it towards her. It's like, where?
"Happy birthday to me." And she takes a bite of the corn dog and just makes this look of just ecstasy. Oh, it's been so long.
Dagger in the background's like, Sydney, dear, don't ruin your dinner.
Oh, she tries to hide it behind her back just a little too late.
Cuervo's just still like pointing the corn dog at her face, like still totally flabbergasted at what's going on. Like,
"Oh, hey, come on over here. I made a friend and something about the fight." And she just walks straight over to this guy, now with an entourage.
As you walk away, you can see Marcus kind of raise his hand to say something to you, and then he's like kind of gets stuck and he like shakes his head and you just walk by.
Cuervo kind of walks up to Duggar. It's like, hey there, SW's, kind of points to Switch. Is that the same woman from last week?
Yes, we were going to dinner, and then we got sidetracked with this night market. It is, I guess, her birthday? Maybe?
Is that real?
No, of course not. She doesn't know when her birthday is, and neither do I.
Oh, well.
You look more lucid than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, flying straight and narrow. That's me.
Good. Addicts are loose ends, and I do not like loose ends.
I didn't like the loose end all that drugs were giving me, I'll tell you that.
Take it in the behind, huh?
Oh, no. Have you never snorted so much coke that you can't shit for like 4 days?
I can't say I have.
Don't recommend it. Don't sneeze too hard afterwards either. Oh my god. I am still so sorry, Lolo.
That's okay. I don't need to hear about any of this.
Anyway, I'm good to go.
Good. Lolo, how are you this fine midnight eve?
I'm good, Jumba. How are you doing?
Oh, I am wonderful.
And he looks over and he's like, happy birthday! And he waves again to Switch, who's talking over there. And he says, and he looks back towards Marcus. Blazik!
And, as you say, Blazik is like, you can
Blazik?
hear him say,
Yeah, he always messes his name up. Like, he
yeah.
calls him Blazik.
Switch, you look very sophisticated. Hey, Lolo!
He says, you come out for the birthday party too?
Birthday party? No. Some people were following me.
Oh,
And then
who
I
followed
found
you?
myself in... I don't know. I know people are following me. There's things I know. But they don't want me to know what I know. And then they don't want others to know what I know. And he kind of trails off thinking, what is he trying to say? Anyway, I found myself outside of SW's place. I don't know how. I think he sent some signals.
Right into your brain?
And when you say that, like, Marcus kind of turns his head and looks at you with his eyes wide open and his mouth like actually open. Can he do that?
I don't know. Why did he just show up at his house unannounced?
Why did I show up at his house unannounced?
I don't know. Why did you?
Why did I?
SW just...
And he kind of like just goes into a loop.
Don't make me ask you to kill yourself, Marcus.
And Marcus looks at you and kind of... And he's like has a concerned look on his face, and then he gets very quizzical and he squints his eye, looks into your eye. Huh. And he kind of like turns around and starts walking away. Can he do that?
Marcus, I'm joking.
If you need to, wear these glasses, and he kind of pulls from his shirt collar his Ray-Bans. He goes, think about it, Ray-Bans.
Thank you, Cuervo. This is a gift. I don't know how to repay you. And he kind of puts it on. It's like, no one will recognize me now.
Of course, you won't be able to see anything in the dark.
Duggar just grumbles and walks over to Switch. Yes, are you selling the scopes?
She's in an animated conversation with him. So what has this guy had to say once she went over and found him again?
You hear that? Timer's up.
Well,
Yeah.
I was doing this while they were talking.
I know. I'm just for game purposes. It's
I had to
fine.
throw that money in there too. I thought he was gonna hold up to it.
Dweeble, kind of, because I do want to speed you guys along, but
Yeah.
in a good way. Dweeble goes, hey, hey man, you want to make some eddies? Blondie, come here.
And she walks over.
Hey, listen here. I got an inside line. You know that Timmy Schlong? He's been fixing these fights for over a year, right?
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something here. Lean close, lean close.
She leans a little bit closer, but she's like, I don't think anybody's listening to us.
Okay. Hey, man. Old lady. This is Mudge's Midnight Market. There's always listening ears. See all these drones flying around? You don't think they have long range audio discs? Yeah, they're catching everything.
I heard the 5-minute timer. What's going on? Who's gonna win?
Percy. Percy's going to throw the fight. Here, listen. That's what's going on. You want to make a wager?
Why would you tell me and then ask me if I wanted to make a wager? Like, wouldn't you be trying to get me to vote for the loser? I know how bookies work.
I'm not a bookie. Look at me. Dweeble the snitch. Listen, I've done my time in the prison. I'm out now. I'm making an honest job. I'm collecting bets, but I do have a certain in with a certain Jimmy the Schlong.
Okay, so what do you get out of it?
I get 50 eddies out of it.
Okay. She reaches into her jacket, I guess, and she pulls out some cred sticks and hands them over. I think she just put like 100.
100 on?
Yeah.
But it's 50 for the tip. It's 50 for the tip that he's going to charge you. Make me a streetwise
Okay.
switch.
That is social.
Or streetwise or human perception.
Okay, well, my streetwise probably. Looking for it. There it is. Oh, I failed it so bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So how much you want to bet?
She had bet 100 plus his 50, I guess.
So that's 150? All right, so I'll take your 150. All right. There you go. All right, Blondie. I'll see you in a bit. You're going to be rich.
And she kind of grabs him as he's walking away, just by the, scruff of his neck.
Hey, what you doing there?
I wanted to tell you, it's my birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday. Here, listen. The tip is free, but just tell your friends they can make a wedgie with me for the same deal.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to give you back this 50, girl.
Awesome. And if he loses, that would make me really sad. And she smiles at him.
Well, he ain't gonna lose. It's a Timmy Schlong fight, right?
She smiles widely and then turns around to see a SW. And she's like beckoning a drone over. I guess. Oh, wait. She gave him the money, so he'd be taking care of it.
Yep.
So that guy, and she points to him, says the fight's fixed and that Pound Town is going to throw it.
Well, we do know that these fights are fixed, but he could be trying to get you to bet for someone else. It seems odd.
It did. That's why I decided that if he was lying, I was going to beat him up.
Yes, if we can find him. But time is getting late. We should be making our way here in the next half an hour or so.
Oh, yeah, okay. Scopes. And she just starts looking around. You guys see any weapons dealers? You know any of these guys, Lolo?
Yeah. I was about to go fix up Cuervo's jacket if you want to walk with me.
She looks back at SW. He says he's going to someone who might have something
Huh,
like that.
Then let's go.
Yeah. Ludlow nods and smiles. And
Marcus, come with us.
Yes. And Marcus is kind of like looking somewhere else as he has his Ray-Bans on his face. Ah, yes. And he kind of turns around and looks somewhere else and then kind of shakes his head, takes the glasses off. Maybe I should use this in the day. Yes.
I'll figure out that weapons and armor thing here. Let me
Okay.
check it out here.
Yeah. He gives Marcus a
Night
look
market.
like, aren't you going to say tilts his head towards him?
Whisper GM. I don't care about the GM. I don't care about you. Save changes. Try it again. See what happens.
Still.
Nothing? I'll click it.
trying to call on that other list.
Let's see.
This was set up already? When you buy the package?
Yeah. Let me see here. Weapons and armor, right?
Wonder if they named it something wrong.
Let me try it again. Can you see that? Can you see that? Screw that though. Because I'm gonna give you that. What's that night scope or whatever?
Yeah, it's 500 EBs. It's got thermal abilities.
Screw it. You wanted that? That's there. That's there.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
Yeah, Duggar would buy it for her on her birthday.
Oh, Duggar. Oh, you simp.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna debit you 500. Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
500 EBs.
Negative 500. All right, now you get a night scope.
Well, she is very happy with it, and she's just like, when Duggar pays for it, she just is like, no, it's too much.
He just shakes his head. It's your birthday, dear, my dear, and it's not that much.
So honestly, the first time I clicked it, item 4 is weapons attachments 500 or higher, the ones that went to the GM.
Okay.
So you would have actually had access to that. So that's good.
Nice.
Well, she's just like hugging him, like her dad just bought her this.
Yeah. He's like awkwardly hugging her back,
favorite Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad you like it, my dear. Now you need to make sure you use it and don't just let it collect dust in your room.
Oh no. And she actually starts fiddling with it, just, looking around with the thermal scope all by itself.
And like everywhere you look with that snope, like everybody ducks.
What about Cuervo? Does he get his armor fixed? Let's see.
You want your armor fixed?
We'll see if it's cheaper than buying a new one.
Yeah, can I haggle into these prices?
Absolutely. Just let me look it up. Light armor check is
100.
If I can, I haggle for
yeah. Give me a haggle.
2. Alright, let's try it out here. I'll be like, it's a birthday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, man. Yeah, he can do it for 25 eddies, dude.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, man. It's going to be the rest of the night. He says. You just come up to a tech. Hey, man. How'd you get in the holes, this motherfucker? Hey, man. I'm just kidding. I know not to ask. Everybody that comes to me for repairs, of course they got holes in their motherfucking armor. I can get this fixed for you in just give me an hour, okay?
Fair enough. Appreciate it, my man. He kind of hands over the 25.
All right, man. I'm gonna charge you 25 eddies for that. And your armor's fixed.
Hey, I was gonna get that for you.
Ah, no, don't worry about it. I'll pay for my own way on this.
He's clean now. He has a conscience.
Yeah.
About paying people back, anyway.
He's in such a good mood. They get his armor fixed. He buys a second corn dog and kind of like casually swirls over the switch. Got a little birthday present for you. It's not much, but here you go.
You don't have kibble, do you? You don't have kibble, do you?
General pre-pack.
All right, you're good.
She's got her hair in an updo, and under this street light, you notice that she's got like a tattoo right behind her ear. You can't necessarily make it out, but and it's like marked with a scar. But anyway, it's something you would notice. And she looks back at Duger to see if he's paying attention at the time that Cuervo is trying to hand him her the corn dog.
We'll say he's not. He got a call and he turned away to take it real quick.
Yeah, she looks back at him and then grabs the corn dog and starts to eat it as fast as she can.
Damn, girl. You're inhaling that dog.
And she looks back at Duger. Thanks, though.
No problem. And he definitely noticed the tattoo and kind of like does the quick like, oh, wow, I recognize that. And it's familiar to me, and kind of makes a mental note to bring it up at somewhere else. Not right now, though.
Yeah. She is just smiling, eating this corn dog in, a very socially inappropriate way. It's not sophisticated. And she looks over at Marcus and says, so what did you get me?
What a bee.
Marcus just looks at her, and you can clearly see he's very confused. He doesn't know what you mean.
I mean, Cuervo got me a corn dog, and Lolo found me what I wanted, and S-Dub, he bought it for me, so what'd you get me for my birthday?
And now he's kind of thinking, oh yeah, Switch. And very seriously looks at you and says, you look very sophisticated. Though I do not know what that means.
She said that last part. She looked like touched, like I do, and then you say, but I don't know what that means. And her face kind of falls. I guess I don't really either.
I guess that's what I got you. Something to
riddle.
think about. Yes. And Marcus, like, again, is very confused. Okay, and kind of doesn't know where to look, what to do, and he puts his new Ray-Ban sunglasses back on.
And Switch pulls out her night vision scope and just like focuses it on him.
Don't worry, Marcus. It'll protect you. I promise. It's worked for me for years. You'll...
And the moment you say that, he kind of jumps out of his skin again. He's like, what? He's very twitchy. And he kind of walks away. He's just very overwhelmed. Like when you say, "I see you," and then he just walks away and starts like perusing all the various night market stalls that's selling software. And if you guys are observing him, he kind of goes close to each stall, and then he kind of looks up and sees somebody, and then he kind of like visibly jerks and then steps away and kind of goes back into the shadows.
I love that guy. Switch says, just kind of announces in general.
Duggar.
He's something, all right.
Yeah, Duggar walks back over. He's like, "Ah, yes. Well, I pushed our reservation another half an hour, so we should probably get going sometime soon here."
Reservation?
Yes,
Yeah,
Switch
we're
and I
going-
have reservations.
Our birthday party?
Dinner.
Yep.
A formal dinner.
Formal dinner.
Oh,
With the
that
birthday cake.
explains the dress.
She again looks at him like sidelong, like she can't figure out if that's an insult or not. Wait, well, they're about to announce who won. Wait, well, let's go just... I heard them say it was like 2 more minutes. And that was probably like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Oh, you got time to watch the fight then? I'm not betting any money, but if I did, I say it's going to be Pound Town.
Oh, yeah, the bets. The time for bets were good.
well, we do need to
Alright.
collect your bet, my dear, so, sure. He looks
So where...
very irritated.
Which way is the fight? Is it up here, or is that... This is the band?
Here's the dudes, right here.
Oh, okay.
They're twins.
Does Switch think she could take him? That's her main concern. She's like looking him up and down.
Fist on fist? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? So, as you guys do that, you hear an announcer go. And it's Mudge's voice probably echoed over all of the air drones at the same time. Let's see here. I think I have something good from the Coriolis. Yes, yes. Let's see. Eye of the Tiger instrumental. There we go.
Everybody, this is Mudge Watkins coming to you for the main event. We've got Rooney the Destroyer facing down on his childhood rival, Pound Town Percy. Now, if I'm a man that knows anything, and I do know a lot, I know this is gonna be a fight for the ages. Don't hesitate, ladies and gentlemen, and all other genders. Make your bets now for Rooney the Destroyer against Pound Town Percy.
You hear a shout go out as these two dudes walked out. They're all covered in tattoos, and unlike most people in the Cyberpunk universe, they're totally without chrome. So yes, Switch, you probably could kick their ass, but these are all naturals. You know, they're all naturals, but they look like, you know, their head looks like a block of wood, like they could just like fucking take a punch, right? So Rooney and Pound Town come out, and they kind of start bouncing around this makeshift ring, and the drones are going around taking the rest of the bets. Is anybody else game to make some money?
I'm broke, sorry.
Oh, Switch says, some dude told me that, and she whispers like, into his ear, Pound Town's gonna throw the game. He's going down.
Cuervo
Lotho didn't hear that, did he?
Not if he was that far away, because she was whispering it like she was supposed to to herself. Yeah.
Cuervo kind of leans back over and whispers, I hope you win a lot of money then.
She smiles at that. It's not going to be that much, but it'd be nice. But then again, if the guy lied to me and I get to beat him up, that's pretty good too.
Well,
Win-win.
if you need someone to hold him down while you work him over, you let me know.
That's very gentlemanly of you.
It laughs. I've been called a lot of things. I don't know if I can call that. It kind of flashes back to the last week when he's about to hit rock bottom.
Well, I'm sophisticated, so I guess it's a night of firsts.
A gentleman and a sophisticated lady, of course, yes. About to watch two grown men bare knuckle box in the middle of a market.
Very fancy.
Anybody else going to make some wagers?
Mm-mm.
Not me. Marcus doesn't know what's happening.
Why are these apes doing this?
Yeah,
They are pasturing.
yeah, exactly. He's like, he doesn't understand the point of what's happening. Like, why do battle in meat space when you can do all this glorious, battle in net space? And he just looks at these two blockheads going at each other. It's like, and you can see on his face, it's like a mixture of confusion, exasperation, and, just, what dumb fucks.
Give me an interface check there, Blazik.
Well, what check you want?
Interface.
Interface. Oh, yes.
What's their face? Interface.
What's a
Butterface.
face?
I came interface.
What are you going to
I
do?
came interface.
11.
That's good. There is, if you want to access the local net, there's right here.
Like, that's way more interesting, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, Marcus is kind of looking at that, and then again he feels like there is some signals reaching his head, and he kind of turns around, like looks at like empty space behind him. And when he turns around and he's looking into empty space, he sees that that kiosk-looking thing, and he's like kind of squints his eyes, then takes the Ray-Bans off and squints his eyes again. You do realize he's squinting his eyes through the Ray-Bans, and then he sees it. He's like, oh, and he kind of sits down cross-legged and jacks into that and kind of completely turns his back to the fight.
As you jack in, you see all around you the meat space thing is going on, right? But you are overcome with this other, as soon as you jack in, this other calming sound of an old song. And you see just very nonchalantly this what looks to be it looks like a skunk. You never seen a skunk, but you have the internet. You know what it looks like from back in the day. It's running around. The fight, and somehow is blocking your passage unless you do something else.
And he looks at it, and he sees it, and he smiles to himself. This is a fight now, shall we? and he starts powering up. And you can see like Marcus's net space visage like starts to fully form as he's jacking in. It's like these almost wisp-like particles kind of collating, like what do you call that? The Star Trek beaming in and beaming out. Marcus starts beaming in, and then he comes fully formed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fight, you little shit. And
this little, it looks like apparently a cartoon skunk that walks on its hind legs, following the Netrunner much too closely. And it just like, it runs at you, and then suddenly there's like two boxing gloves on the skunk, and he throws you a right hook. All right, so I guess you have to roll me. I think it's not speed. It's
wait, defense, right?
yeah.
I think that's just. It's just interface.
It's all your interface. It's all your interface.
Oh, it's all interface, right? Yeah. No. What I'm saying is I'm just checking. It's not interface plus my speed. It's just interface. Yeah, because this is not a slide action. Correct. So interface. Here's my defense. 9.
It says perception. It's D10 plus 2. Oh, he gets you. He's gonna get an attack here. So, until this program is Z-Res, an enemy Netrunner hit by its effect makes all slide checks at -2. Each skunk black eyes can only affect a single Netrunner. So his attack is going to be up at a +4. Six, make your defense, which is just your interface.
Okay.
No!
No!
You get the stunks, the skunk stink on you. What's that look like?
Yeah. So basically, as you know, so everybody in the night market is looking at the bare knuckle fighting that's happening in the center, and Marcus is sitting behind that tent, and he kind of pops up from his cross-legged position. And he starts, he's getting into a boxing kind of stance, and he starts boxing into thin air. If nobody's watching him, he's just simply boxing into thin air, and he's kind of juking around and sidestepping, and then, then he kind of like moves his head back as if he got ghost hit by something, and then he kind of like reels back and kind of like hits his chin, shakes his head.
All right, what do you do next? So the next floor, I mean, you haven't activated anything, so you don't know what's in the next floor, but I'll let you roleplay what happens next.
Yeah. So I'm on the same floor as the skunk, right? So I'm not going to like try and slide away, so I'm just going to stand there, and it's like, all right, and he kind of shakes his head. My turn, bitch. And he is going to first shoot his sword. But he kind of like changes his sword into like a punch. So it's just my interface +1.
Yep.
Interface +1.
Oh!
Yeah, there we go.
Roll your damage.
Damage is 3d6. 3d6. Yes.
Their res is only 10, so you kill the skunk. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So he kind of, the skunk kind of punches him and kind of turns around and farts in Marcus's face, and he kind of like shakes it off and like, you piece of shit. And he kind of like goes back. Okay, let me show you. And he kind of, does a rope-a-dope, tries to jab with his left. And then as the skunk thinks it's going to come from the left, Marcus swings around and basically gives him a roundhouse with his right, knocks the skunk out. He stands over the skunk like an old boxer that he doesn't know much about with his right hand near his chin, giving that skunk an angry look. Fuck you. And then he kind of looks around, and next action would be to do Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
So Pathfinder is just interface.
A fumble. You don't know what's beneath you.
And
That's it. So you have one more net action left.
one more next action. I'm just going to power up my armor.
Okay. And it's back to you. Again, we're going to stay in this. So you have 3 more.
Okay, so this time he's just going to move into the next level. He doesn't know what is there. With the fumble, he's like, he's kind of like really full of himself. He's like, okay, fuck it, I got this. You know, he can barely hear the people screaming in the background against the real fight, and he thinks everybody's screaming his name, which they are not.
Yeah. As this is going on, the fight starts. We're going to put a pause on this, Marcus. And so as the fight starts, Rooney and Pound Town start to face off. Switch, you're the only one with a dog in this fight. So Rooney and Pound Town.
That's not true. Lolo.
Who else? Did somebody else bet?
Lolo. I think
Yeah,
you
remember-
put it in chat.
Yeah.
Who did you put a bet on?
Yeah, I did.
500 on who?
I threw 500 down on Pound Town because Cuervo was saying that he had that was the name of his
My barracks. When
Yeah,
we
his
put
barracks,
all the,
right.
the skanks in.
I was gonna ask you, but I didn't want to cut you off. Did Cuervo see me put the money on that?
That's up to you.
Depends on when you did it. Was it before or after he got the little whisper from
It was before.
Switch?
Yeah,
Was it before?
And so I think if Cuervo saw me put the money on it, then
Yeah, he'd probably lean in and be like, "Hey, no, it's too late now since you played Switcher, but Switch here telling me that there's a predetermined outcome, if you know what I'm saying, and it's not in Pound Town's favor."
and then so Lolo would be like, "Fuck," and so he's watching the fight intently, now kind of nervous that he's gonna lose 500 eddies.
Well, the odds now are 2-1 in Rooney's favor right now. What Switch put it on Pound Town?
No, Switch put it on the one that she thought was going to win.
Or on Rooney. On
Yeah.
Rooney. Okay, got it. Well, the odds are 2-1 in Rooney's favor.
So she'll win 25 or whatever she bet. What did she bet?
She bet 100.
So 50.
And 2-1 on Pound Town, okay? So just roleplay to me like what it looks like as these guys start fighting. Boom. Rooney gives Pound Town a left hook. Pound Town like goes down against the ropes. But then he's like, fuck you! And he goes and grabs Rooney, picks him up and slams him down. He goes into the mount position and he's in top guard. He's pounding on his face. Rooney's kind of like blocking himself. And we're going to go back to Marcus. In Marcus, as you go into the cyberspace, into the second level, you hear this, and a raven swoops down upon you. Give me a speed check, which is just your interface.
Okay. Can you guys?
Yep.
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 Absolutely.
How long does the skunk's effects last? On
Forever.
check.
A skunk's
Or do you like
a
Jack?
skunk. A skunk's stink lasts until you can take a bath in tomato juice, which in this world is forever. this encounter at least.
I see. Okay, for this entire encounter. Okay, so speed check, interface -2. Okay. 10.
No! The raven swoops at you and just misses. You're up.
All right, and he
And
says,
as you look around you, you see a bunch of files as well.
Marcus kind of smiles to himself, and he's like, "Fuck this, fuck you. No one shits on me." And he kind of, he acts like as if he's like throws the gloves off, and this time he kind of goes into like a samurai stance and pulls out his sword. Again, nobody's watching him, but Marcus is like, air fighting behind a shitty tent and next to a kiosk all by himself, while everybody else is he's kind of jumping around and swinging his sword and punching it into thin air. So the sword attack, which is interface +1, 12.
12. Let me see what they're in. Let's see what their defense is. Their defense is +2. Got him. Roll your damage.
Nice. 3d6. 9.
9 damage. Their res is 15. They have 6 left.
Sweet. Then my next two actions would be, and then he kind of moves his sword, and then like in the Matrix, as Morpheus pulls out like a gun from along with his sword as he takes out the SUV, Marcus like pulls a sword out and what do you call, a gangster style sideways starts shooting with finger blasting. Pew pew.
Finger
at the
blasting.
Raven. Yep, finger blasting. This is just interface. Okay. Fuck yeah. Sucked it.
Boom. Got him. 1d6.
1d6. 2.
2, 4 left. You have one more net action left.
One more net action. Oh, 6. Yes!
Still got him.
Yes!
5, and that
Yes.
takes him out. How's that happen?
Yeah, so, so in this one round, Marcus kind of, slashes the sword, takes out like a bunch of feathers off the Raven as the Raven's cawing away. He kind of does a somersault in the air and then pew pew with his finger gun starts shooting zaps like lightning bolts almost at the Raven, and suddenly there's this thing just bursts into flame and falls down as ash. Fuck you, Raven.
Yeah, you hear a voice, like an automated voice happen to Marcus, and goes,
Looks like you broke my security. This is Mudge. Hey, look me up for some bids. If you're skilled enough to break my security, then you're skilled enough to work for me. By the way, Rooney's going to take this fight.
and then it cuts off.
Marcus kind of looks out into like Netscape air. Mudge. I'll remember that name. Who the fuck is Rooney? Or whatever. And he kind of like starts like, in again like air action, he kind of like outstretches his arms, and as if he's trying to like hoard all these files, you can see him like outstretched arms hoarding like fake gold in thin air, like as if he's hoarding these files, and he starts copying the files over.
And so what happens is, let's show you some music here. Coriolis music. So what happens is, like, Rooney and Pound Town, they roll over a few times, and Pound Town's about ready to just take his head and slam it into the turnbuckle of the ring, and Rooney picks Pound Town up by the throat. It's seemingly inhuman, like he has some sort of implant, you don't know, and takes Pound Town and takes him face down into the ground and just stomps on him. And you hear it. And Pound Town is smashed into the ground, bleeding. His teeth just splatter all over the ring. Who'd you bet on, Lolo? Pound Town?
Yeah.
Yep. But amazingly, seemingly like he forgot to throw the fight, Pound Town grabs Rooney's leg, rolls over, puts him in the ankle lock, and just you hear a snap, and just Rooney's leg looks awful, and then just a white bone juts out from his skin. You hear the crowd go wild. As Rooney's leg is broken. And Pound Town stands up and he just grabs his fist, just boom, 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 starts destroying Rooney right in the face until the official just pulls him off of him. What do you guys do?
Cuervo's chanting, pound down, pound down.
Yeah.
The Switch
Lolo.
was screaming, "Go for the nuts! Why don't you go for the nuts?"
Yeah. Lolo will jump up and down. Yeah, bow down. And actually be shocked, and
Switch
happy.
kind of looks over at Cuervo and says, "So, it looked like he was... I mean, it didn't look quite right. Like, maybe he didn't go down, but he was supposed to? What do you think?"
I don't know, either your friend gave you some bad information or he did not do what he was told. Either way, I don't know, something weird's going on. Don't you think?
Well, either I got swindled or, she points to Pound Town, he got pissed.
Maybe a little bit of both?
Well, I don't care so much about the Eddies, but I do respect a man who won't let himself stay pushed down. She looks over at this guy with his broken face, but, victorious.
Well, you lost a few credits, but you gained a couple corn dogs. I'd say that's a victory. Plus,
She
good old Lolo's got some
nods.
money to celebrate.
Oh, he put money on Pound Town?
That was before you gave me that little heads up on the fix.
Well, sounds like that was lucky for him.
So Lolo gets 1K. 2-to-1 odds, right? So here you go. Cash App. Credit 1,000. You're making your way up, son. How's this look like as these motherfuckers just, Pound Town rolls off, like he gets off the stage. Who knows? Who knows if he was made to do the fight or not?
Well, that's what
But,
I was wondering if, like, just fighting expertise would give you kind of a hint, like...
What? Yes, do that. Why don't you do... actually, give me a perception switch.
Okay. Oh, no, that's under awareness.
Human perception, yeah.
Oh, human perception. That's different.
Or what? Is there a regular perception?
There's regular perception and human
Do a
perception.
regular perception.
Okay.
You have to beat a 5.
Oh my gosh.
You did not. You look around for Dweeble to snitch. He's gone.
Weevil the Snitch, though, that's not a name you forget easy.
Yeah.
He duped you.
Lolo comes over with his winnings, and he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, chum. And he's going to hand 300 credit or 300 eddies to Cuervo.
Whoa, brother, you sure you want to do that?
Hell yeah, man.
You took advice from someone who simply picked the guy whose barracks reminded him of.
I guess that was good luck then. Ha ha ha. And he looks over and looks at Switch. Notices her kind of like looking around for that guy. And he says, you get your money?
No, I bet on the other guy. You see that Dweevil guy anywhere? I wanted
He
to thank
looks-
him for the tip.
And he looks around. He starts to look around and he's like, "No, I took a picture of him though. I know what he looked like.
I'm
We
late
can
for dinner anyway, but yeah. Get something on him, you let me know.
maybe we find him and thank him for the tip."
I always
And,
try to be polite. Because I'm a sophisticated lady.
Now, you going to be wearing that out on missions in the future?
Probably not. I mean, bottom's fine, but
Oh, top's fine too.
yeah, I don't think the bottom would look right with my armor jack. She takes him completely seriously.
Yeah, you guys would look over and see Duggar, and he's kind of leaning against a side of a wall, and he kind of looks a bit morose, and he's eating a corn dog.
You said, and she kind of smacks it out of his hand. Let's go.
He kind of, our reservations got canceled. We were too late.
Oh. She looks at the corn dog on the ground with guilt and shame.
Don't worry, I'll get something back at the place. I think I'm going to call a night. If you want to hang out with your friends, have a nice birthday.
She kind of grabs his arm and says, well, it's not going to be a birthday if you're not here.
Oh, you don't want to hang out with this old man.
When do I not want to hang out with? That's never been true. Come on, what's gotten into you? Oh, I did ruin it with the restaurant. I'm
No,
sorry.
you didn't ruin anything. It's all quite good. It's fine. I saw Marcus over there. He was attacking the air. I'm not sure what he was doing, but that was enough entertainment for me.
Oh man, wish I'd caught that. And she says, "Hey, Marcus, is he still inside?"
Yeah, Marcus, you had all the data of all these fights being fixed. You know of all the midnight markets going forward for a couple months. It's all going to be fixed again. Yeah.
So just as when Switch is kind of coming over and saying, "Hey, Marcus is just jacking out," and he's kind of got this very triumphant look on his face, as if he's done some major battle. And then he kind of looks around and realizes nobody has a single clue of what he's just done, and he kind of like shrugs. And then Switch comes over, like he waves her. Yeah. Well,
So, did you win?
yes, I did. Yes, I did. Nobody follows me in NetSpace. Nobody can touch Marcus in NetSpace. I got a lot of information.
Really?
You should come for more night markets. Yes.
Yep.
You should have more birthdays. You should come to all the night markets. We can make a lot of money.
She is just laughing, and she kind of puts her arm around his shoulder and gives him a big rough squeeze that might hurt a little.
Marcus is like, he kind of like, what you doing? No, they might start following you as well.
I don't know who they are, but that would probably make for an interesting encounter.
No, you don't want them to know who you are. You don't get it. And he kind of shakes his head.
She just
You don't know
shrugs.
what they can do to you.
Well, at least get yourself a corn dog or an elephant ear.
And Marcus kind of looks around. Okay. Okay. I'll get an elephant ear. I don't know what they're made of, so that's good.
It tastes like pure sugar.
And when Marcus pays for it, let me know how much I need to deduct. And you can clearly see that, when he takes his first bite, literally, if you've instantaneous sugar high on some individual who's not had sugar in a while, right? Eating kibble versus having the elephant ear, he's just good. Oh,
Now
this is as good as getting jacked in and jacked off at the same time.
So I guess if Duger agrees to stay, they'll just kind of hang around, dance to some music.
Yeah, he would stick
Hey, boss
around.
man, don't you have a reservation to go somewhere?
Yeah, we changed it.
You changed it? No, why did you change it?
She looks over at Duger.
It was canceled. We were too late.
Nothing gets cancelled, boss. Come on, let's go. I'll hack into their system and it'll uncancel that shit.
I think
How
it's
about we all go to
closed.
Paris?
Hey, we could always go to have some fun at that other place we went.
Well, actually, no. No.
What place are you talking about?
No place. I did hear a commercial for this place that I was very interested in. I believe it's called Big Kahuna Burgers.
Oh yeah.
That's
mean,
it. Big
that's
Kahuna
that
Burger
place,
it is then.
Isn't that right by Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts?
He just looks at Cuervo. I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who's been high lately.
You don't need to be on drugs to love Rusty's Brown Ring Donuts.
Hey, didn't you hear though? He's cleaned up now.
That's right.
I was telling him it was
Well.
good for his sake.
Big Kahuna Burger on the corner of Parsons and Pacific.
We hear them.
Looks over the TV.
Yeah, there's.
We have burgers.
You know, burgers.
Come on,
Do sound
Burgers
good.
deep fried in beer.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Switch here's dressed up for her birthday. We don't go eat burgers. We got to go out to the club. Gentleman's Delight or something equivalent to that. I've heard nice things about that place.
How about we do it all? And Marcus starts, I have enough information here to win the next N number of fights at all these night markets. We are going to be making money and not knowing what to do with it. And tell me more about this thing called donut, Cuervo. Is it made of sugar? And he asks it while he's bought his second elephant ear at this point.
Oh, it's so sweet. Sweeter than me, even.
Donuts are cake. And I need a cake.
But it's a birthday after all.
Let's get some cake then.
Duggar looks very disappointed and morose. Fine. Let's go get some cake.
Lilo will come over by Duggar and be like, we get to hang out again. This would be fun, just like last time. Hey, the more I hang out with you, the less competition I have. And he kind of smiles at him.
Yeah, Duggar just says, I don't know what you're talking about.
And he just smiles and nods.
Switch just, tucks her arm into Duger's. Still hoping she can shake him out of his mood, and I guess we head back to the driver.
Yeah, they would get there and he'd be like, Full car going out. So we gotta squeeze in, I guess. Marcus, you can sit on Cuervo's lap.
What?
And Marcus gladly obliges, sits on Cuervo's lap. And the entire ride, he talks to Cuervo's ears off, talking about how there are people following him. And now people are going to follow Cuervo because they see Marcus sitting on his lap.
Like he just sits there the whole time, like tight-lipped, like, whoa, really? Just like on repeat.
Switch is just like laughing the whole time. She's having a great time, and she just finds it very amusing to watch Marcus sit on Cuervo's lap and talk to him.
He's like, hey, Lolo. I bet SW's the kind of guy that likes Rusty Brown's donut batter all over his face.
It definitely seems like that type.
Yeah, he's staring out the window into the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And Switch just sits in the seat and kind of makes a happy sigh and says, "Best birthday ever, except didn't get to find that dweevil guy. Still, best birthday ever."
Oh, we're all glad we could help you out. And as the car is kind of, going over the rough streets, Cuervo's like, that's the road. It's not you. I'm sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, I think when Switch says that too, it reminds Lolo, and I think he's gonna make a phone call. Probably about finding this guy. To his new friend, or his old friend. Probably pull the mirror shades down and do the eye change color to the drone and wave to it as they left.
It catches Marcus on Cuervo's lap. On the rough pavement.
He's back on coke again. Did we lose our GM?
We did.
Yeah, the GM's
he got DC'd.
he lost his net.
Yeah. Well, I think we're about ready to... Oh, he says he'll connect on his phone.
Past the time, Cuervo's like, hey, you want to hear a funny story about the time everybody saw my penis? We were at a little Caribbean island waiting before we got shipped in for some work for Militech in Venezuela, or what they used to call Venezuela, in the basin. It's where got my feet wet. And we were partying one night before it, and one of our friends, first one, passed out. And if you know anything, you never are the first one to pass out before everyone else. And anyway, fell asleep sitting up right in the chair, and I decided to do a little moon over Miami and kind of got a chair and put him up behind him, and then, took my pants off, and I was going to sit my ass and balls right on top of his head, but I was like too drunk, and I kind of like fell, but my pants caught on the top of the chair, so my back just hit the ground hard, but my pants were up around my ankles, which were stuck on the top of my chair, and then my cock was just flopping around, and everybody's like, "Yep, that's Cuervo's penis." So anyway,
Duggar is rubbing his forehead.
those were the days.
Why did you try to put your balls on his head?
Because it's funny. We were gonna take a picture of it.
You can buy those on the internet.
Pictures of or balls.
Oh,
Pictures of balls.
balls everywhere. I've looked.
Oh boy.
I'm going to have to put a.
Alright.
I'm going to have to put a. Out,
You want to just end this over the phone?
what?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. My computer is rebooting right
We
now
were just
for some reason.
jibbing.
We only got
Yeah.
a couple minutes left anyway, so do we just want to do... Is something going to happen before closing RP?
Yeah. Well, yeah. A new mission was going to happen. A new opportunity for biz was going to happen, but
Okay.
we can do it. We can do it at the beginning of the next session.
That's
Honestly,
fine.
Yeah. We were just
Um,
doing some RP, fill the space.
just do that, and then when I reboot, I'll reconnect. All right. Bye.
What? No one else
Why are you laughing?
worries about their genitals? Am I the only one?
I have an egg-shaped penis.
Is that the
I have a
driver?
toothpick-shaped penis.
I imagine Bo walking around this quiet house. Everybody's gone to sleep. He's just screaming into thin air. I have an egg-shaped penis.
Oh, your first mistake is quiet house. That never happens. Never happens in my house. My house is never quiet.
Yeah. So Lolo wanted to find this snitch guy, right? So I made an operator roll. I got a 17, and
That's pretty good.
it'll probably just be
You'll be
through
able,
the man. Yeah.
yeah, you'll be able to find that guy.
And that'll be
Yeah, my
Switch's birthday present.
it's going to take a couple minutes to reboot, but yeah, let's wrap up some of the housekeeping and stuff, and we can call it a night and chat if we want. There we go. I probably shouldn't have rebooted because it looks. I'm looking at my network and it seems like it was just some blip for some reason. Probably the Russians.
Probably.
Yeah.
China.
They're all against Elon. Everybody's coming against Elon. Since Elon is in charge of my internet, I'm a bigger fanboy. Like, he must survive. But now, Spectrum ran a cable to my house, so. All right, my computer's rebooted. Let's see here. You bought that. Stop the recording, obviously.
Stop it now. Are we done?
No, I think he said it stopped his.
Oh no,
recording.
I'm still going. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. I think so. I think everything important's happened, and we can do the rest at the beginning of the next
Okay.
session.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Bo, and we are back after a hiccup caused by I don't know
An
what.
act of God.
Shiny spy balloons.
Obviously.
I told you they're watching.
My choice.
I told you they're watching. Nobody listens to
You are right. My big action for the day was I shocked my well too. So BFE.
Cuervo's just sitting there like, holy shit, is this car ride ever gonna end? My legs are falling asleep.
Yeah. And Switch leans over to SW and says, so what was this all about with the dress and the shoes and the fancy dinner anyway? I know it wasn't really my birthday.
I just thought you might enjoy something different. I don't know. I thought after therapy maybe you had, I don't know, connected with your feminine side.
She kind of looks down at herself. I mean, I am. You mean I should be different?
No, not at all. I just didn't, your doctor sent me the notes, and, I thought that, well, perhaps I'm no therapist. I don't know. He just shrugs. He looks a bit like, I don't know, embarrassed maybe?
Well, she says, well, it turned out great.
I'm
And
glad you
she
think so.
leans over and gives him like a kiss on the cheek and says, and I like the dress.
He, kind of, yes, well, it is a nice dress, and perhaps one day we will get to, La Pairie after all.
And she smiles and says, I think Marcus could arrange that.
Oh, I don't need Marcus to get into La Pairie, but not tonight. Tonight, Big Kahuna Burgers. And whatever you want. It is your birthday after all.
She starts just thinking about all the pictures that she sees on the hollow advertisements for Big Kahuna Burgers. Planning her food.
Did you know they boil or they fry their burgers in beer? Didn't know that was a thing.
Beer and burgers. She secretly thinks to herself, I'm glad we missed La Pairie, because it couldn't get better than that.
Duggar looks back out the window. Seems to be in a little bit better mood. He does eye over at Marcus and Cuervo and gives himself a little chuckle as they hit a bump.
Oh, ooh.
You having fun back there?
Oh, yeah, it's just, I was fixing some stuff earlier, and, yeah. Things are working again.
Glad. Okay.
Test. You hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we hear
All right.
And then Marcus is like, then I was on the bus, and there were these two fat ladies I was sitting with, and I don't know what they were watching or what they were doing. They were dripping all over the place.
Oh, they were wet. Was it
Then I had to
raining?
move. And then I sat next to a window, and then I saw the message, and that's when I jumped out of the bus. And that's when I got to SW's place. And that's when I got to Night Market. That's when I met you. Oh, okay, now we're all caught up.
That's why you need to keep those Ray-Bans on. It wasn't until you looked out the window, was it?
But if I don't look out the window, then how would I know if people are following me?
Yeah, that's why you keep Ray-Bans on. You can make sure they're not following you and not have the message beamed into your brain. Think
And then he
about
immediately
it.
pulls the Ray-Bans out and puts it on his face.
Trust me, they've gotten me through a lot. I got
Ray-Ban's
extra pairs.
gone.
Yeah, they don't want you to know it works.
Yeah, because then they'd have to charge us more money.
Yes.
We're having a conversation back here. Very private, intimate affair. We kind of
I
laughs.
can see that.
Not my choice.
Lolo, you got anything to say? As our car pulls up at the burger place?
Yeah, Lolo's finished sending the pic image of the snitch to his old boy that ran the night market. Why do I keep forgetting his name? It was an easy
Mudge.
name. Mudge. Let me write that down.
That's Zypher's first character he played on Blades and Blasters.
Mudge.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep. It was the There Is No Spoon game. Yeah.
Oh. Well, we'll do it again.
That was a great game.
So maybe he's like, yeah, I got a date set up with the snitch.
There you go.
Oh, yeah?
And a meeting place for you to talk about some biz.
And she smiles and says, "Oh, he and I definitely need to speak again. What's this gonna cost me?"
It's a birthday present. Happy birthday!
That is a good birthday present. And she'll
Yeah.
take a look at his agent or whatever with the info on it.
Yeah. He'll like throw it on over. And but tonight let's have some fun.
Nothing says fun like burgers and beer and fancy dresses. Oh, did that.
Hey, it's not my fault you're underdressed.
This coat has a collar, thank you very much.
It had a hole in it until a few moments ago.
That was my other jacket, thank you. I'm very sophisticated, as you can tell. This has more than one pocket.
I think, and she looks down at the dress. For girls, it's the opposite. Because this shirt doesn't have any pockets.
I wouldn't look good with pockets. Yeah, less is more.
Marcus had the information on the night markets before and the fights, right? And then sold it
It's a Greece, I think.
to Greece.
Yeah, he sold it to Greece, right?
And
And
now
lost
he's
it.
got it again.
Yeah,
He got it
lost it
again.
and stole it again. That's funny.
it's as if there's an unseen hand pushing Marcus towards a predetermined fate, and nobody
Uh-huh.
believes him.
It's the things, the commands being shot into his brain.
Exactly. Now, hopefully, the Ray-Bans will stop it. Because they can't beam into what they cannot see, or what I cannot see,
That's right.
or they cannot see. They cannot see because I cannot see them. And Marcus is sitting on Cuervo's lap while he goes through all of that.
It's like They Live, only opposite.
Opposite, exactly. Are we still recording? What's going on at this point?
Yeah, I am. I'm just waiting for Bo, whatever he's doing.
I think maybe that's the music at the burger place.
This is end game music. Yeah,
Sweet.
we're done.
Okay.